welcome back to my new channel, Mohit the Tech Geek. And today I'm gonna show you how to create forms from Google Forms. So first what you need to do is go to forms.google.com. Yep, that's right there, Google Forms, forms.google.com. And if you need to access Google Forms, you'll have to first have a Google account. And I got some forms right down here just to show you what it looks like. This is the Google Forms home. The title, search bar if you want to search your forms, and as usual in every Google app, this and your account. This nine dots actually is a launcher, an app launcher. This one represents your Google account. If you want to start a new form, you have to go to template gallery, which opens up into this many templates. Now if you close and let it shrink, you should also see some three dots next to the template gallery, which is an option to hide all templates. But if you want to go again, you have to go to main menu, settings, and templates. Actually, in this menu, you got a launcher for docs, sheets, slides, and forms, and Google Drive itself. In between that, settings, help, and feedback console. Okay, so now if you want to create a new form, the first thing you have to do is click on the blank, any template you like. If you launch into this site, you will get a form like this, which kind of looks like this. This is the home bar. You can give this form a title, star, if you wanted to mark it as an important form. This is the palette button where you can customize the theme, the preview button where you want to see how the form will look like, undo and redo, which you know what it is, send, the three dots which gives you options, and this Google account button. Here, below that you have questions, responses, and settings. The questions palette is where you are going to do the form. Responses is where people will give you the responses for the form that you have sent. And in settings, you have make this a quiz. If you switch this on, the form that you are currently making will become a quiz. You don't have to use a quiz template for Google Forms anymore. Below that, you will have many options, starting with release grades immediately after each submission. So the person creates the form. After that, they'll get an option to view their score. Later, after manual review, the person who did the form will have to wait for some time after the host who created these forms will make it public. Respondent settings. You got missed questions where respondents can see which questions were answered incorrectly. Correct answers. Respondents can see the correct answers and even the values of points and the total points. In global quiz defaults, you can choose how many points are default for every single question. Not only new questions but also existing questions. And below that, responses. Oh, let me close this first. Under the responses, you have options of collecting email addresses, sending responders a copy of the response. But this option is usually enabled only if the collect email addresses option is enabled. If it's switched off, this will also be switched off. Allow response editing. That means you can edit the response unlimited number of times after submitting also. Require sign in. Under that you have an option called limit to one response. That means once the response is sent, you cannot submit any more responses but only once. In present under presentation you will have show progress bar, shuffle question order. The progress bar will be shown like this. This is the progress bar, and shuffle question order. That means every time you refresh the form, you'll get a random set of questions. That is, the questions will be the same, but the order is random. After submission, confirmation message. This will be the default message in every Google form. But if you want to edit, you can edit. Show link to submit another response. If it is disabled, that means this option would be enabled, and vice versa. View results summary. The form will become public to everyone, one and all, if this option was chosen. That is, anybody, even the person who created the form himself, can see the people who have responded and the result summary. Restrictions. Disable autosave for all respondents. That is, whoever is doing that form, they will lose the progress if the browser closes or refreshes or any update happens. Under defaults, you will have form defaults. Under that, you'll have collect email addresses by default. That is, for every form you create, email address collection will be shown right here. Under question defaults, you'll have make questions required by default. That means for every question you pose in the form, it will be marked with an asterisk symbol. Like for example, I'm asking something like, here, asterisk. Ah, I'll have to make it required, right? Oh yeah, I remember something now. I think the changes will take place only if you refresh or something. Okay, seems like we're done with the three options. Now let's get started to complete to doing the form. Let's give the form a nice title. Alright, so a title and a simple quiz. The description, quiz for this video. Oh, forgive my note. What's that doing? What do you generally like the most? No, that doesn't sound like a question for a quiz. What question can I add? Okay, let me take this question. And when I generally put a option, like a collection of options in one single line, instead of cramming all these options into a single line, they immediately get spread easily into one option per one line. And that's an impressive discovery I've also made in here. That's a really impressive discovery, man. Ha! Ah, forgive me about the camera again. Damn that camera. Alright, let me try another question. Oh shit, damn that camera. What happened to the camera? Oh my god. Oh no, no. I'll edit it later. Okay, just while editing, I'll make sure I remove that. Now, while generally making questions, there will be of many types. There are of many types, which are short answer, paragraph, multiple choice, checkboxes, drop down, file uploads, linear scale, multiple choice grid, and a checkbox grid, and even date and time. These and all are used only for answering questions. That date and time, I don't think you generally find them in a quiz. Those are just for normal RSVP invites or something like that. Let's go to this and try. So short answer means you get something like this. Long answer, it goes infinitely. Multiple choice, that's what I'm showing you now. Checkboxes, they're gonna be like multiple choices, but you got the option to choose more than one answer. Drop down. What do we generally do is, let's say I put an A here, and then a B. If you drop down, you got a set of lists to select. Let's see how this works. Ah, like that. Actually, this was just a form which I'm starting from scratch, so that will kind of take some time for me. So file upload is kind of simple. All you have to do is just ensure your Google form is connected to Google Drive, and you got option host controls. Allow only specific file types. That means only those types are what is allowed to upload. Maximum number of files. The limit of files you can upload. Maximum file size. Maximum size of the file the person is uploading. And you got an option which is called view folder. Whenever every single file is uploaded to this particular question, a copy of it will be saved in that particular folder which is stored in Google Drive account. Hmm. In a linear scale, you got a list. It goes down from one minimum limit to a maximum limit. Multiple choice grid. How does that work? Ah, yeah. It's in rows and column format. Checkbox grid. Same like a multiple choice grid, but checkboxes will be there. Date. Date will be given. Time. Time can be given. By default, multiple choice will be set in a Google form. And so, just to show you how Google form is being done, I'm doing it in the form of a simple quiz. Alright, let me fetch another question. Okay, we're done. 5 questions in a row. This example form I'm going to show you is a simple quiz. I'd rather say it as a GK quiz. And if you kind of want to send it after you're done, this is the options you'll get. You can send it by email in the form of a link or embed to different sites, a Facebook and a Twitter button. To collect responses from those sites, you should have enabled the accepting responses option. If you want to view responses in tabular format, you can create a spreadsheet or download them in the form of CSV or comma separated values, which is a file type in Excel. If you want to change the destination, this option will apply only for spreadsheets. And you can even enable email notifications for new responses. That means every time someone responds through this form, it will be connected to my Gmail account and my Gmail will alert any new responses that are detected in this form. Okay, but before sending, let's preview and see how this works. Oh, and remember when I told you about the make this a quiz option? Because this looks just like a quiz inside out, I have to also ensure this is a quiz. Okay, so it's time to send it. Let's see how do I make this the correct answer. Okay, I think I found it. I found how I have to do it. So the first thing you had to do was I had to push the question to the very top. That is right below this title. Then only this button, which would be called answer key, would be enabled. I have to go into that and you'll get an option called choose correct answers. So I have to mark this as the correct answer and done. Here it is, answer key. it. Now I have to push it up a little more. Let me try and get this too. Does this work? No, how's that? Mhm. Go to answer key. Yes, now I got it. I have to add a point. While going in the answer key itself, I have to ensure I made a point. Okay, I'm done with this. Better health, smoke free. That's also done. This one. Alright, ready to go. Just go to settings, shuffle the question order, prepare the link, and it's time to go. And once it is done, you'll get an option of view score, or you can submit another response. If you click in view score, these are the points, and whichever answers you got correct would be correct in green. Wrong would indicate a red and an X. And you can also view the responses. Alright, so it seems we're done. There are many more ways in which you can do Google Forms, but the most common of them they use is for invites, surveys, or even questionnaires or quizzes. Here were some of the forms that I've also done in the past. And if you had seen my survey, this one, you probably remembered it. I'll show you how the responses worked. If I had given my answers as a multiple choice question, they used to come in the form of a pie chart if it was not a quiz. For the short answers and long answers, you will have this. Okay. Seems like we've come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for tuning in, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you soon in the next video. Goodbye.